In this video I want to show you a couple of examples of going and looking for plugins and a little bit about choosing plugins. I talked a lot about that in the book and there's more detail in there. One of the places you can start is your Install Plugins page where you can actually search for plugins. Now I'm going to look for social media plugins and I hit search. Now we're actually looking at, in the background here, we're getting this information from the WordPress.org site, but it's displayed right in our installation of WordPress. Okay, so here we go. We've got ratings here and we've got descriptions. Now you just click on details here, and this is where we get more information, and I think more valuable information. So one of the things I look at here is how many times this has been downloaded. I'm assuming that it's doing the things that I want to do at this point. So now I'm trying to see, it was downloaded 215,000 times, so that's a good number. It's got a fair number of ratings on it. It seems like it's been updated fairly recently and seems compatible up to the latest version, so that's helpful. That tells us a few things about it that are useful to know. So we go and compare it with, say, this one over here, Social Media Manager. Let's look at the details for it. Now this one hasn't been updated for a long time. It has only had a few thousand downloads and just 3 ratings. So that tells us that it's probably not as good. See, notice that it's got lots of ratings, so just going by this doesn't tell you a lot. You really have to look at these details in here. And you could install directly from this point, and that's one of the handy things about this, is you can do everything right from this screen. However, I find that when I'm starting a search, I actually prefer to go to WordPress.org and the plugin directory. That's under the Extend menu here. Go to the plugin directory because here you get more of the information up front. So I've searched for social media here, and there's our same list again, but notice that I get the download information right away, and that's very important for deciding whether to look at it in any more detail. So I go through this and I can also sort by most popular. Now that's not fully by the number of downloads, so you don't get the exact, see that one's downloaded less than this one, so it's not the only way they calculate popularity, but it at least puts it more in that vein. Now I'm getting higher numbers here to begin with, and it gives me a better sense of which ones to look at and check out first. So let's say I go into here, I'm going to go into the Jetpack by WordPress.com, and it gives me more details about exactly what it does, and I decide whether that's going to meet my needs. It tells me how many ratings it got to get the 3 stars. And of course we want to look at compatibility. It also allows us to go into the forums and see what are people saying about this, and that can be very valuable too. So there's lots of information you can get from there. Those are a couple of ways to look for plugins and some ideas about how to choose plugins.